Guys, with all that stuff down and out of the way, it's time to look at our movie news.
What?
What?
All right, you guys, it is time to open up the movie news bag. Movie news bag is not a thing, but I guess we're going to make it a thing. First, right off the top, coming to us from Collider, apparently Disney Plus says that the WandaVision show is still coming this year. Like I said, this article comes directly from Collider, and very interestingly enough, with all of the pushbacks and all of the delays that we've seen studios go through this year, of course, in the pandemic, with every movie theaters not earning enough money, Tenet coming out in theaters and earning, I think it just crossed the $250 million mark, which of course, like in a COVID world, it's not too bad. In a regular normal world, that barely even covers its production costs, doesn't cover advertising, does not cover theater expenses, and most definitely does not cover their bank loans. So with WandaVision coming out, this is actually kind of encouraging. Now, Larken, you may have heard, you may not have heard, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is, sorry, my cat is jumping all over the room right now. She's like freaking out, jumping in the window, out the window. Anyway, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been pretty stagnant as of late. The last installment that we got was Spider-Man Far From Home. Before that, they just ended this whole big, huge 22 film run that they're referring to as the Infinity Saga. So we just had a whole bunch of Marvel, and now zip, nothing. We thought Black Widow was coming out earlier this year. We thought Falcon and the Winter Soldier was coming out earlier this year. Falcon and Winter Soldier hasn't even finished filming yet. In fact, they just started filming again this week. So we're probably not going to get Falcon and Winter Soldier until next year. So, Larken, my question to you is this something that we feel we should expect to see? Like, do we actually think that we're going to see the WandaVision show coming out on Disney Plus? Do we actually think that's still going to happen this year? Or do you think things might actually get pushed back to next year with everything else?
I would imagine that studios and production companies, everybody has got to be so eager to give us new content that I feel like they're going to do anything they can, even if it means offering shorter seasons or doing anything to put new content in front of eyeballs, because they're desperate, right? Yeah. And they got to make some money somehow. And even though this is a totally out of date concept, but we're sort of used to, at least in the television world, there being a new releases in the fall and that kind of thing, which that hasn't been the case for a while, but that's still kind of a rhythm. And so even if things didn't feel terribly stagnant in television world through the spring and summer, I think people are going to get really antsy by, October, November, just eager for new stuff.
I agree. Yeah.
People,
as you say, you put it really well. Like, people are starting to get antsy. Like, we've, I've seen another YouTuber out there mention the fact that, like, we've been paying $6 a month, or I guess $7 a month, $6.99 for Disney Plus for the past year. And what if, like, okay, granted we have their back catalog, but what are the new things that they have to offer? Mandalorian, we got one season of that. We got Hamilton. You had to pay extra for Mulan. I guess an argument could be made for Muppets Now, but it's not a great show. And then, like, all of the other little trickling in of hand-me-down shows. After a year, where's my investment? There's $100.
And my Disney Plus, I got the deal with Hulu, and I'm even done with
package.
Like a lot of TV shows. Yeah. So we're scraping the bottom of the barrel. Like I've seen a lot.
Now, Larken, another question I know that a lot of fans have is, the timing of WandaVision, we already know that WandaVision is going to kind of lead the way into opening the story for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, one of the films coming later down the line in the MCU. Marvel, and especially Kevin Feige, have been very particular in their timing. So we can't release this movie until this movie comes out, and we can't release this movie until this movie comes out. So it's, as opposed to, villain of the week kind of thing, all of these stories are connected, and one thing inevitably leads to the next. With Disney and Kevin Feige, and even Disney Plus, I guess the powers that be over at Disney Plus, making the decision to put out WandaVision possibly even before Black Widow and before Falcon and the Winter Soldier, do you think that opens anything up in terms of spoilers or in terms of messing the storyline around a little bit? Do you have any thoughts in there?
Yeah. So I would have. I mean, we know we are dealing with some of the most spoiler conscious creators ever.
Yes.
So I would imagine that they're going to do whatever they need to do to either, I don't know if it's going to involve retcon or whatever, but they're going to figure out how to manage that part of it. It wouldn't surprise me if they ended up being more strategic in what they release.
Ooh. Do you mean it's possible that they may actually edit the television show so as to not produce spoil? Interesting.
I would. I mean, that's my understanding of this. Of when you're a creator on this scale, that's the kind of stuff you think about, and we're not talking about a little scrappy production company in someone's basement trying to put it together. They have.
You mean like this show and what we do here? Yeah. Yep.
That's not a basement. Clearly, there's windows.
It's true. Yeah,
a cat.
It's the cat
Yeah.
room.
So yeah, I mean, I would think that if they're going to put that much time into it, then now a casualty might be the coherence of the WandaVision product, because there might be some gaps that would otherwise be filled in that they decide not to. They might make that sacrifice for the greater MCU cause.
That's it. I mean, that's a great point. So, question is to you guys, what do you think? First of all, are you looking forward to WandaVision coming out sooner rather than later? If indeed they do, keep their release date. They say it's coming out in December. We don't have a date in December as to when it's going to come out. We probably need another trailer, maybe a couple of set photos to announce or build up to this kind of thing. But first of all, are you excited for it coming out in December? And second of all, do you think that WandaVision might actually spoil something else in the MCU, or are you along kind of my thinking as well as Larken's that they know what they're doing? They're not gonna spoil anything too major. Jump down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you like this video, click like. If you really like this video, click subscribe. And if you really, really like this video, click share, because that is exactly what this dinosaur would want you to do. Roar, roar, roar.